All right, so here we have this look that I've kind of been working on the last year or two with really pretty much applying the biggest modifiers I have and getting a sort of a high-key, blown-out look that with a model that's got blonde hair and sort of light skin, it's just absolutely gorgeous. And so it's really my 3 light approach that I've been doing on a lot of my athletes. However, instead of having smaller modifiers, I've pulled out the big daddies, and I've got 2 7-footers in the background. They're the umbrellas with the diffusion. So I'm shooting, allowing the diffusion, the light to come through the diffusion. I don't have any of the black backing on the umbrellas, but it doesn't matter. And I get a lot of emails asking me why I don't do that. I have put them on, and I don't see a big difference in terms of light bouncing around. It will throw a little bit of light in the studio, but I want that actually in this scenario. And also just a side note, on these Elenchromes, the Westcott umbrellas, the umbrella shaft does not fit into, it's a little bit too big in the Elenchrome lights here. So we just taped them on there. And I've done that before with a couple other different manufacturer lights. So at any rate, what we've got here is just a lot of light that's coming into the scene to make this sort of high-key look. What I normally do on my overhead light is typically this light has less output than my side lights. When I do my athletes, to get the real edgy look, that's typically the case. Now I've upped the power in here a little bit because it's a little bit more of a beauty approach, and I want the skin tones to be a little bit smoother. So I want to fine-tune these lights to sort of give me that still blown out look, but I still want to have detail and the ability to see tonal changes in the skin. Now one way you can kind of see how you're working is you can set up your camera to do the highlight alert or enabling to tell you where your blowouts are. If my blowout is on the background, I'm fine. If I have a little bit of a highlight on the skin and it's blinking, I'm okay. But generally, I want to make sure that the skin doesn't have a lot of blinkies. So let's do that. I'm going to set mine up, and I've set mine on my Canon 5D Mark III. I've set it up in the custom My Menus to where I can go straight to the highlight enable and disable mode. And I'm going to set my enabler on, and I'm going to fire one off here. So let's get in here like this, and we're going to fire one off. So immediately I see that I've got a little bit of blinkies on her the white of her dress or her top a little bit, but it's not much. It's to where I'm not worried about it. What I want to do is I want to push the limit of the blowout look. So in fact, what I might do is I'm going to increase the power of this out just a little bit, the output. So we're going to go up about maybe 1/3 to 1/2 a stop, and let's fire another one off. And I'm going to look at my blinkies. Now I have just a little teeny blinky on the top of her nose, which doesn't bother me. Smooth transitions on the arms, on the face. Now I'm going to add a little bit more bounce. This is going to give me a little bit more smooth effect on her chin and her eyes, and let's fire one off there. Ah, beautiful. Now that's the look I'm after right now. So I still see separation between the shoulder and my white background. There's enough there to give me a separation. So let's just fire a few off here. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it so that we got some verticals, because I'm getting a little too wide and I'm losing a lot of real estate pixels, and so I want to move in just a little bit tighter on her. All right, so now what I'm going to do is let's go back with both hands sort of somewhere. Yeah, sort of like that. Let's see what that looks like. There you go, right there. See? I'm going to bring my fill card back in right there. That's amazing. Let me try another one horizontal like that. So keep your hands the same. Now you'll see that I'm flipping my camera on a really right stuff ball head and tripod here, but I have this L bracket here, and what this does is apart from the fact that I have a whole bunch of options to do panoramas, stitching, and all that to keep my nodal point, this allows me to keep my lens dead center over the center of the tripod. So when I flip from horizontal to vertical, I don't have to change up my composition. It's already done for me. It's dead center. So I get a lot of calls about that. It's made by Really Right Stuff. Check them out. So here we go, right there. Oh, I wanted to go back horizontal. That was it. So this is how simple it is. I just flip it, put it back in the dead center, and I'm ready to go here. Beautiful. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to zoom in. So let's get some just real tight headshots. And focus right on your eyes. Come down. Bring this in. Right there. Wow. Let's try one more scenario. Let's turn you sideways. And kind of like that one shot I have, let's have you arch over a little bit. And just, we're going to get you lots of front shoulder right there. Right there. Okay, ready? Focus on your eyes. And come down. Bring my fill card in. Gorgeous. All right, so there you have it. The all white, high key, blown out look. Very simple. Got a couple modifiers that are, you know, not that expensive. You can also use, and I've done, a 60-inch umbrella just by itself, no diffusion, as my overhead light, and it's worked out perfectly.